Took that in away, battling, having got in way of the attempted clearance. Jim Gannon. Oh, great flick of Alan Armstrong.
It's against Bradford, but here's Warburton!
Yes!
And trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away, yeah!
Not got it clear. Please, sir! It's a cracker!
Running Armstrong, played in the game, and a superb goal!
Tony did it! Stockport County are the champions of League Two.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Scout Bagara War with me, Russ Johnson. I'm joined as ever by Waggy on the end.
Evening.
That's your surname on the end.
On the end.
Waggy on the
Waggy
end.
on the end.
And we're delighted to be joined by Raynes and Bully of Stockport
evening.
County fame. You alright?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good to have you with us, boys. Usual stuff. We'll just chat about footy. We'll just chat about football education, a bit of Stockport Town, but mainly about county and your careers and things like that. And we'll do a bit of Get In't Rezzers as well, and some other bits and bats. So first things first, how's your summer been? Apart from hot.
It's been busy. With college time, I'm not on football terms, so we've still been in. So we've the kids have started pre-season again now, so a little bit of time off, but then kids are back in now. So the new intake of first years are coming in before enrolment in September. So it's been busy.
So is that so you finished in what school term, like?
So
July
yeah,
or something?
the ones that don't do the work finish in July. The ones that do the work finish a little bit earlier. But sort of the teachers finish off, and I'm sort of still half in the teaching camp, and then they have their break. But then the coaches come in for pre-season, so I sort of then jump in that. So it's quite a busy summer really.
Nice.
So what age are they? Like the first years? What age
So
are we
they
talking?
just leaving year 11, so
Right.
16 going 17. Yeah, so
Right.
it's that fun age that it is when
Yeah.
they don't speak.
Don't speak too much.
Don't speak too much.
Well, you, Bully, how's your summer been, mate?
Yeah, it's been really good to be fair. Obviously had about 4 or 5 weeks off in total. Went away twice, went to Lanzarote with the family, and then a little 4-day maggle up with the Stockport Town lads.
Right.
Obviously celebrating the promotion party. So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, good result on Saturday, was it as well? Away at Earlham.
Yeah, good result. Yeah, won 2-1. And then obviously we played West Disbury on Monday night as well. Got a point. So
Right.
yeah, good start for us. Obviously new league. So yeah, really good start.
Nice. It's nice to see loads of county fans going as well. I see that on Twitter quite a lot. A few county fans going down to support you.
Yeah, it's been really good. I always say like when I first took over, we had about 20-25 fans.
Right.
And then you look on Monday night, we had nearly 450 there.
Wow.
So it's going in the right direction.
Nice. That's pretty good. I didn't know that much. Nice. Okay,
It's
cool.
brilliant as well, isn't it? They interact with everything. So I think you've got 9 ex-football education players in the squad as well.
Yeah.
So for us, point of view, what he's doing, it's absolutely phenomenal. Giving them lads the chance to go into men's football and sort of sample that is absolutely amazing.
So is that how it works then? Is that the connection with Stockport Town? Is the football education lads going to Stockport Town? Do any of the academy lads ever go into Stockport Town?
Yeah, we had Joe Hilary last year.
Right.
He had a taste of it. To be fair, he got chucked to the deep end right at the end. Got chucked in the playoffs. So majority is the football education side of it, but we have had a few of the scholars drop into it as well. Obviously,
Right.
we've got Keane O'Shea this season, the goalkeeper, so he's had a little taste of it. But like I said, it's probably more the football education side of it.
Yeah. Joe Hilary was out in Spain, was he? In Pinatone?
He was, yeah.
He played
Yeah,
left back for a bit. Yeah, I thought he was really good. I thought he was pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
he's a talented footballer, really good, top kid as well. So yeah, he's got a bright future, that kid.
Yeah, good stuff.
I suppose going off saying about that, the education boys and town boys. Do we think there's anybody that's going to be making a breakthrough this season, or is up and coming that we reckon could see towards the end of the season or next season?
Over to you, mate.
Well, it's a tough question because there's a few lads in there. Obviously, we've got I had Freddie Walker last season. He's now moved on to Staley Bridge, which is obviously 2 leagues above Stockport Town. So that pathway for him has been really exciting. Obviously, Raynes will touch on it. He's got Zach Bailey, the football education. He's actually at West Didsbury at the minute, doing really well, attracting interest from elsewhere as well. So yeah, it's exciting. There is some real good talent in there. Like we've got Toby Green in there, Josh Edwards, Turnbull in there, Kai Johnson. They would be like third years now. So they were all in the football education side of it as well. So the pathway's there for the guys.
Yeah. So they're talking about the pathway then. So I think we spoke about it last time you came here, Raynes, about the way that you play from top to bottom. Is that still the case, and does that go through to football education? Probably not towards Stockport Town, I don't know, but you tell me, but football education?
I think what we try to do is mirror what the academy lads do, so as best we can. So for our top-end football education players, we try to mirror what the under-18s do. The big reason for that is we want them to jump over. So if Bully ever rings me, I need 4 players bringing down today, our lads get the chance to go up there. They know how they train, they know how they play. It's not a fish out of water type thing, and hopefully then we can show what they can do and get the opportunity to go up there, which most colleges don't get the opportunity to send the lads up to professional football club maybe once or twice a week to sort of showcase. And we've had a young lad on with this pre-season. He went in with Town from football education, done really well with Town. Impressed so much. Bully asked him to go, and Jamie asked him to go on the tour of Cardiff that they went on. So this lad has now experienced that for a week, but for him that experience is phenomenal.
Yeah. So it's not like Sunday League then. You want 4 players, ring you, Raynes up and go, I want 4 players. And you're like, well, I've only got 8 now.
Yeah. It's different, isn't it? Because obviously the beautiful thing now, these guys are at Carrington, and it's a little bit like when we were first coming through. The first team is next to the youth team, so the perfect scenario, first team need players, they take them from the youth team, which for them is an opportunity to really try and impress the first team staff. But then the sort of lower scale of that, then that gives the opportunity for our players to go up to try and impress Buddy and Jamie. And then again for them it's a level up to probably what they're playing to college football. Going into that academy environment is a totally different world.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Talk about catchment areas then. I know, I mean, again, you tell me. Obviously, when we're in National League North and we've progressed since then, it's probably really, really local lads. Has that expanded now? Has that gone even regionally or nationally, perhaps?
I think more so for the scholars. We've actually got 2 lads at the minute, one from Milton Keynes,
right,
and one from it's like East London. So we have put them up in Dix, somewhere local around here, to be honest. But yeah, that's obviously as a football education side, it's more Manchester based. But with the scholar group, obviously they get paid, and obviously we're trying to attract the better talent, and obviously you do need to go to the wider cities, like stuff like that. So yeah, we do attract interest from all across the group, really.
Yeah, and is that I think that's the scouting network, is it? Going around the country, going, look, there's this lad here, everything we can fit you.
So we've got a recruitment, Ryan Grocott, who's fantastic in terms of his networking and players that have been released, and he does all the way down. I think there's a little bit of restriction in terms of the academy, the younger ages. I think it's a sort of distance you've got to be to there's a radius on it, which is probably a good thing, really, because kids are travelling there and everywhere to do it. But once they get past that 16 mark, that's when it's Ryan's job to try and find the best talents that are coming out of other clubs. Or we know that we've had 2-3 years now of this academy that hopefully the 14s, 15s, 16s coming up are starting to be what the level we need them to be. And we touched on it, and Damo and Mike have done an unbelievable job in terms of what they've built there now. I think we'll play under 8s all the way up, and obviously we have little glimpses of that younger ages, and we chat about stuff and we hear conversations, but some of the players that are coming through there are really, really exciting. And I think we go back to when we were that age, it thrived. You look at the pros that come through sort of just before us and just after us, we probably have 10-20 pros that come through, and hopefully now Damo and Mike are building, and it's getting to a point where that's going to be hopeful for the next few years.
Yeah, nice. So using that, how do you go about attracting these players to get them to sign for us rather than maybe a couple of other clubs around the area?
So,
I
think it's the way the club's going, and obviously what Mark Stott's doing, the infrastructure of the club now, and the training facilities, and obviously the football education. Got our own site. We've got our own site. It's just a massive football club now, and I think it's a pathway. What obviously what Mark wants. I think he wants to bring the youth through the system. So I think if you go to say an Arsenal, Man United, what is the realistic opportunity of playing first team football?
Yeah.
I think obviously with Mark Stott's drive and obviously the money he's put into the football club, I think obviously the pathway is there for the young talent.
Yeah.
I think if you look at it as well, especially in this region, we're probably the strongest out of everybody. Barring your top two, if you look at all the clubs below and you think, wow, what they've got there, you'd want to be a part of it. And I think again, if you go and turn up at Carrington as a 16-year-old and have a look around there, you're going to be blown away by it. And then you meet an ex-captain that's captain the club to promotions, and you coach straight away. Straight away, you've got Jamie, who's the manager, who also does a lot of Wales, and it's what you're working with every day as a 16-year-old. I don't think you can ask for much more.
Yeah. Is it too simple to say that, you know, they come out, the Cat ones out, you know, in the city, and any other that drop out? Is it too simple to say, well, because they don't have to move, we could sweep them up if they have a good time? That would be a positive, wouldn't it? Oh well, county are there, everything's really good settled, and I don't have to move. Let's go with that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we had a lad. Well, we've got a lad now, Nathaniel, and we got him at Man United.
Right.
The kid's a top kid, quality footballer. He's just a family man. He's had interest from West Ham, Norwich, and they're all capital football clubs, and it's just he just wanted to stay at home.
Right.
So obviously with the attraction of Stockport County, like Raynes said, the facilities and what Mark's doing, it's a no-brainer for the kid.
Yeah.
Scott's good, isn't
Yeah. Yeah. Last question on kind of this element. Are you two enjoying it?
I think you can tell by the smiles.
We've sort of gone different pathways, haven't we? We were together for a while, and we were together on the same path. We did town together, and then we sort of broke off last year, didn't we? And I've gone pure football education. Bully's gone in with the academy as that's grown. I love it. My job's a completely different one. They're probably trying to find that 1-2 that we push on and get into our first team. Mine's probably a numbers game that I get to help 100 kids every year, sort of on the next path, whatever that may be. So, yeah, I love it. I get a lot of challenges. It's a stressful environment. 16 to 18 is a lot of emotions in it. But yeah, I absolutely love it.
Is there a slight difference then? Because your football education, I know they want to be there, but it's education at the end of the day, isn't it?
That's what we sell. Like we've got an amazing teacher team, Lucy and all the guys. That's what it's changed now. When Stockport were out of the league, that was our academy. Yeah. And football was first. You did a bit of education on the side. Yeah. Now it's here to educate. You subsidise that with a bit of football. Yeah. And try and get you ready for men's football at whatever level that may be. And with that, the education's have to improve. And I think we had a 100% pass rate. I think 62% went to university from us, which compared to a normal college is phenomenal numbers.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I suppose on the flip side, in terms of the coaching side, in the academy, they have to perform, they have to be there, and it's kind of a different mentality, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's very similar because they educate as well. Obviously, they educate twice a week, so it's majority football. But then they have 2 afternoons with Tom Cox, who obviously comes over to Carrington, and then obviously the educator on site as well. But like you said, it's more football at Carrington, and SSV is more the education side.
Yeah.
So if you look at the lads that left last year, we had Billy, who's a perfect example. And Billy was a goalkeeper, missed out on a pro, but what he achieved in his grades was distinction levels. So he had his choice of universities that he wanted to get to. So he's had obviously 2 years scholarship, done really well, but missed out. But then hopefully now maybe going to non-league or another club, but has done that well at school. He can progress to university as well. So best of both worlds, really.
Yeah, and you're enjoying
following up on that. Apparently, these news come out in the last 2 weeks where he's could be going to America.
Amazing.
Oh right.
So he's a paid scholarship as well. So he's
Lots go to America, don't they? These scholarships. Like watching the Olympics last night, all the Olympians, you know, all the swimmers just go to America, don't they? No matter what country they're from. It's mad, isn't it? But yeah, again, final question: are you enjoying it as well? Being part of county and
Yeah, I think it's a lot better. Obviously, this year now over at Carrington, next to the first team. So obviously, it's a little bit of a distraction for the lads because you're trying to coach on one pitch and they're looking over at the other side of the pitch to see, what can I do? How do I get over there? Type of thing. So it's really good. Obviously, the no disrespect to football education, the quality is a lot better. Obviously, getting the players out of your Man United, your Man Cities now, and obviously coaching the better players it helps me as a coach, and it's obviously I'm trying to tell the lads get a first-team contract. Really, it's good. Like I said, the facilities at Campton are amazing, and for me, they're spoiled. I mean, they've got everything there, and it's exciting times.
Are you doing the same, looking over at Charlie and Clint and stuff?
Yeah. Copy and paste.
So
yeah, just warming up then. But it's all about percentages in it, and we said it last year that everyone was at SSB, the scholars and the football education, and for our football education players, they were looking at the scholars and it was like, wow, do you know what I mean? And for the scholars though, it was still a bit of a college environment where you want them to be that professional environment. You want them to see what the first team lads do every day, because that 1 or 2% that they could pick up could be the difference. Yeah,
definitely. So on to you two then, and your careers. It's a nice little segue, really. The academy. I mean, what are the biggest changes that you can see from now, the academy, to when you were in it all those years ago?
It's a good question.
Can you remember?
Obviously, you look
maybe a lot of balls.
Obviously,
That's a different podcast.
you look at the facilities at Manor Farm, where obviously me and Raynes were, and obviously it was at the time they were outstanding facilities, and if you look at what the lads have got now, it's chalk and cheese, and it's, like I said it before, the lads are spoiled now. It's mad because you can't even get them cleaning boots. You can't even get them sweeping change rooms anymore.
Just tell them to do it.
It's crazy. It's just like that. How times have changed, and it's frustrating for me and Raynes, because I want to show them that's what we used to do, but you can't do these things anymore. It is frustrating, but
I think it's for us changing with the times as well, isn't it? Because we look at it and that's what we had, and that it worked for us. It wasn't just the football side, it was being on time, it was wearing the right things, it was everything that you knew. You didn't do it, you got absolutely hammered. You got battered for it. We used to do a tunnel of death, didn't we, at Ridgeway? It was like, literally, you'd have it was a room probably about that big, and you'd have all the white tees lined up, and if you didn't wash your boots or you didn't do your job properly, you just had to run through it, and you just got battered. And you just had Madam at the end. You just had Madam at the end laughing his head off. But at the time, you go home and you buzz off with you that. You should have seen what happened today. It was brilliant.
I think Charlie alluded to that on the Penitar podcast that Liam did. He said it was a bit brutal back in the day, you know, in the 90s, and for him in the 90s, because you had to perform, and you couldn't be like I don't know what he called it, like a withering flower or whatever the saying is. You can't be like that. You couldn't be like that then. But I suppose you get more. There's more of a breadth of talent you've got access to if you include those. You know, someone who's not maybe as forthright. And
I think footballers have changed.
Yeah,
that's the big one. Footballers have changed, and gone are the days where I used to hate it when if I knew I'd play bad, and like towards the end, and he'd try to put a positive spin on it, I'd really just to go bang and tell me something. It made mess me up a bit more. Like, what's going on here? Why is he giving me praise here? What's going on? Absolutely crap. But they need it now. They don't have that drilling anymore. They don't have that. It's not a thing. I don't think it's a thing in life anymore, really, where you don't. Schools have changed. Everything's changed. You don't get that anymore, which some will say for the better, but obviously for us old guard that sort of had that going through. I remember when I was playing at county, and it was me and Ash centre half, but I was still 17, and then every game that finished, I had to get his boots and clean them no matter where we was. And I had to literally sat next to him, just played a full game, and we had to get his boots, wash them, and then put them back to him. He still didn't give me a Christmas fucking
Brill. Each of your favourite moment as a county player.
For me, it's got to be the Wembley trip. Obviously, only being 18 years old and playing at Wembley.
That's mega. That
obviously, just walking. I always remember just walking out and just my head just went up and up and up, and thinking, Jesus Christ, the size of this place. And at 18 years old, and he still plays in the Championship now. I never played at Wembley, so it's just like I always say that it's got to be, especially winning as well. But the steps and obviously lifting as well. That was a special day.
Yeah. Did you assist? If memory serves, you assisted Dicko's goal, didn't you? Oh no, you.
No, I put it down the line to Hilks, and then Hilks crossed it in.
That's right.
take it.
Key contribution.
Half the point.
But just to going through memories, you played the ball into Frank Mulhern, didn't you? When he brought it down against Altrincham,
Yes,
was it?
one, yeah,
See, that's a class goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
What a ball that was.
It was a good ball, but the first touch.
Yeah, he made.
Jesus,
Yeah.
First touch, and then the next touch out his feet, leveled it in. He was just. Frank had that, and he's still got it now, but he's one of them characters where absolutely hates football. Where he just scores goals. He hates football. Yeah, speak to him, he hates it, but he'll turn up every Saturday and he'll put in a shift. But
It's unbelievable. That is
It's like Ben, is it Ben White as well?
Yeah, it's a similar
character. Yeah. About you?
Mine's different. Obviously, I got injured in the semis, didn't I? So I missed the final. So I ripped my hammy away at Wickham.
Right.
So I missed the final. So obviously was there, and I've just done a head loss, just sat on the bench, didn't speak to no one. Like this. I just like, what the fuck's happened to me? Yeah, I'm like missing this. I'm sat on the bench, high pack on my leg. And Jim was classy, but why don't you get some kit on and just come on the pitch and have a little walk on? And I was just at the time, I was like, nah, I'm just going to sit at the back and just stay out of the way. But I think for me was the year where you say,
do you regret that then? Or?
Yeah, 100%. I wish I would have come down and got involved. They asked me to do like a video thing and stuff, and like do stuff. And I was just on a head loss. And I remember John Cavan come and speak to me, and I was just like, I don't even want to speak to anybody. I just want to stay at the back. Obviously, when we won the game, when you went to the changing room, that changed a little bit. But I think mine was the year we stayed up. Obviously, because when we broke through, it was just in free fall, and it was like me, Damo, and Alfie, and we played every game in League One when we got relegated, and we dropped into League Two, and it was all singing, dancing, we're going to do this, and that, and you're dead excited as a young kid, and it was just like that, and it was just backs against the wall all season, and the relief and that feeling when we drew with Carlisle, honestly, I've never felt anything like it in terms of like the pressure that was on us at 16, 17 there, it was just phenomenal, and that weight that got lifted, and then you knew after that times were going to change and it was going to get better.
Yeah. I know you're a defender and it's not all about scoring goals, but surely scoring that goal against
all those up, that's my dad's best day. No, the mad thing like that, everyone come that game, man. My mum and dad always come, but all my mates come, everybody come. All my mates were scrapping in the crowd with all the fans. I think it was brilliant. It was, and that was a good night, very good night.
Nice.
So, what was your best personal performance then? Which game did you say was your best?
Mine's that
game.
That one, definitely. I didn't get man of the match neither. Peter Thompson got it. I didn't even get man of the match. But that was the one.
He came with a massive price tag and a massive sort of reputation.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work for him, did it? I was expecting loads more from Peter Thompson at the time.
He was a lovely lad. Top. And do you know what? Such a good pro. You have him to run through that wall and just keep going till he got through it. He just didn't have. You know what it's like with strikers. If he would have got an early goal, his time could have been completely different. At the time, Stockport didn't pay people, didn't buy people for ages. No. And when you start spending money on people, it's a different type of expectation. And even Bakes his first year didn't really do anything. We paid for him as well, and it wasn't until we went into League One you've probably seen the best of Bakes, where Tomo sort of it didn't really work out for him. But as a lad and as a pro, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I was good. It didn't work out for him.
Yeah,
it's like Linfield was it?
Yeah.
Like played 20, scored 45 or something.
Yeah, was he not playing for Northern Ireland at the time?
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, he played for it. Did he play against England and Feeney played at the same time?
Possibly.
I just remember us nearly having an international break. So,
Well, you mate, what's your greatest personal performance?
So I'd probably say the Wembley one. Especially being at that, like I said, that young age, and people always say like I got man of the match, but I actually didn't.
Pilks did.
I think Pilks got it. Yeah. But everyone always says, "Oh, because you played that pass and you played so well at 18, you got man of the match." I'll take it, but I didn't. Yeah. But yeah, it was just because of the occasion and obviously playing, and it was just the occasion, like playing in front of I think it was like 35,000 fans, and it was a good day, and yeah, I think that's got to be one of the best ones.
Yeah. I remember, was it big FC United 5-1 on the opening day? You scored that day. Scored two that day. Oh, that was a cracking game for you.
Yeah.
That kind of set us on our way, didn't it? The season before we not been knocked out by Chorley in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sort of. I was nervous before that because I think it's FC United again. Not that it's like and you settled it all for us. It was really good.
Yeah, I think they were one of the favourites of the league as well.
Yeah.
FC. So obviously on the opening day, I think we were like 4-0 up at half time or something like that. Yeah, I remember one dropping down against the Watson and just hit it and I thought, Jesus, not in this. I didn't score many, but obviously that's up there. Obviously scoring the 2 as well, so yeah, always nice.
Yeah. Coaching styles then. Let's move on to that. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
Good question.
It's a good question. I don't actually know. I think obviously being a football for so long and obviously playing under certain managers and obviously being a captain, being a leader, and you just want to put that whole authority into the other lads on the pitch. And obviously we've got a couple of lads in the scholars now who keep asking me questions about being a captain, and I think it's brilliant. I mean, young kids coming up to you now and asking for like meetings, like, how do you do this? How do you do this? And just little bits and bobs like that. And I do enjoy it though. It's one of them things where obviously you're on the training pitch every day and you're coaching lads to make them better and get them to where you were, type of thing. And at the minute we've got obviously Cody Johnson and Josh Edwards did it, and obviously they were both at Stockport Town when obviously we were there as well, and obviously to see their progression in their careers, it's exciting. And obviously Josh has come back now, but obviously you've seen where Cody is, and it's a credit to the kid because he's knocked on my door a few times and asked questions after questions, and I think it's a credit to him, and fair play to him. He's got 2 years in the building, so yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah. Let's just deep dive on the coaching element just for a second. Do you have your session design and your session outcomes? Is that you? Do you do all that, or is it a part of a team and then you deliver it, or do you take turns and rotate? How does that work?
No, it's part of the team. Obviously, Jamie's the lead, and I'm obviously the assistant to it. And we have a planning meeting in the morning for about an hour. Obviously, we plan the warm up, then it's a passing drill, then it's a possession, then it's either a free team or 11v11, and it's all the outcomes, what we want out of it. We always pick certain individuals out during the training session as well. So obviously we've got Jack Hodden at the analysis, he'll film training.
Right.
And obviously after training we'll pull them. So we usually 2 individuals each session. We'll pull them out and say, this could have done this better, this was excellent.
Right.
And it's 2 different individuals every day. So it's good for them, obviously for them individuals, and it's, like I said, as a collective, it's a team. The team plan the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that so? Those 2 individuals picked before the sessions.
Yeah,
so you know
before.
exactly
Yeah.
who you need to concentrate
Yeah,
on.
obviously Jack goes out, he'll film it, he'll have his laptop, and he knows that I don't say it's past completion, aerial drills or something like that. And like I said, after training, Jack will clip it all up, we'll sit him back down, and we'll go through it, and then there you go.
That's mega that.
Talk about the difference when we were playing.
Yeah.
Even that, you've got your camera, your camera which films, it gets everything. You've also got a drone above you. For under 18, the drone that films everything. It's a different perspective. And back with me in the day, the only analysis house was like you had the highlights and the Saturday, and you just see the goals going in, nothing else. And Jim probably brought it in one of the first, didn't he? Yeah, Jim had like a little TiVo box thing, and this was before anyone was doing analysis. And Jim used to have everything on there, all the games clipped, you'd have everything, and that was way before analysis was coming in. And it used to be horrendous, didn't it? So you used to turn it, it's like one of them ones that you big box it was, you plug it into the telly, and then they go turn the telly on, and you just see like Michael Raynes 4 minutes. So you would have just clicked me over it. If you think I know I'm getting mad. Yeah, but he did it well ahead of the time. He did it well ahead of the time.
That's mad, that, isn't it? So in the academy then, I take it the lads know that they probably don't know when they're going to be picked, but they know that it's going to come around to them. So there's no like playing with fear that they're going to get picked. They know it's just a rotation.
The 2 lads don't know until after the session.
Right.
You don't let them know.
Right. Because it changed the way.
Yeah, it changed the way they play.
Yeah. They'll probably try a little bit harder and start making mistakes. It's just not what obviously the effect we don't want that effect.
Yeah.
Especially when you clip in them, you want the best bits rather than the crap. So
Yeah, the Raynes bits.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's mega. That I love stuff like that.
Sorry, where do you take your coaching sort of style
I've
from?
come away from it now. I'm very rarely on the grass. I'm literally a fully time teacher now.
Right.
Yeah, so I very rarely coach. I also my new role is head of football education, so I oversee everything now. So I probably get on the grass once or twice a week, maybe.
Right.
We did it for a year together, didn't we, at Town, which I loved. It was great. You sort of had my first sample of coaching men's football, and we loved it. We started off tippy tappy at the back, didn't we? Then we just put me up front and kicked it to me. That's what we did. It worked, but it was like, it's a totally different mentality, the Stockport Town stuff, to what the academy stuff is, because obviously the academy's developing.
Yeah.
You have that element of winning, where Town's the opposite, and that's all that matters. And it's getting that balance, especially at the start for us, when it was getting that balance right of what we're trying to do. But I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I think, like Bully said, you've had that many different managers, little bits off each one, and it's not just about the managing. So I had Keith Curley, who was the best personal person you could ever have, and that went probably more than what anyone's ever coached me, the way he was with me away from the pitch. And you had Jim, who was the most intense tactical person. I knew where to stand at every moment of the game.
Right.
And it was like, at a young age, we needed that.
Yeah.
So you get little bits like that. And it's, again, I had Nigel Atkins, and again, talk about, he was just pure positivity. And everything that come out of his mouth was positive, and every spin on thing, he'd try and make it positive, and like little things like that you pick up. Gaffer, I had the gaffer for a year, and the intensity that he did everything at in every training session, and the recordings of everything that needed to be, that's probably what the modern day football is now, and that's what's recorded, and that's sort of the standard across the board now, that everyone's fit, everyone runs, and it's a given, and you have to do it.
Yeah. Do you think that's major the coach and the teacher you are today, all that experience?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think football sort of created who we are really, and it's all we've ever been involved in really.
Yeah.
And it's like I said before, I think it goes back to them YT days where you are having to do a ton of death for losing a ball that wasn't your fault. But little things like that, they have shaped it to sort of who we are today.
So are you a qualified teacher then?
Qualified teacher, just
Nice.
finished now.
Right.
Yeah, so I've just done my PGCE.
NQT, I think they call it, do they?
Yeah, so it's PGCE now. They're doing the QTLS next year, so I can teach in colleges now. Doing QTLS, I can teach anywhere. So yeah,
Right.
I've gone sort of down that route now. So yeah, it's good. I enjoy it.
Nice.
Stressful, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. Current county then. Move on to that. Last few seasons, obviously we've been on the rise, haven't we? Who out of the last few seasons has been your favourite player to watch?
Good question.
Just like I don't know how many games you see, but you obviously know the players and things.
Yeah.
So obviously the standout one last season was Louis Barry. Just watching him, what he did, how he moved, his technique, everything like that. But obviously, as a centre half now, I just love watching Fraser Horsfall.
Yeah.
The way he reads the game, the way he heads it, and how calm he is on the ball. He's just got everything a typical centre half needs now, especially obviously the level he's playing at. So I think they're probably the main two. Obviously, the other one for me was probably Ryan Crowsdale. Obviously, he got so much stick for being a sideways and backwards type of player, but on the other side of it, he was so good. Obviously, reading the game, breaking things up, and then just giving it. I always say giving it the better players.
Yeah.
He just didn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah.
So they're probably the main three I've been watching.
Yeah. Crowsdale, though, to be fair, I think he only got that under Rusk, that stick. I don't think he got that stick under.
I don't think so. I think he's one of those sort of under the radar players.
Yeah.
He gives you at least a seven every single game, doesn't he? And he just, as you say, breaks up the play, gives it to the creative players, and then just does what he does.
Yeah. I was thinking more that it was the way Russ played, but I call him our safety blanket when he was here.
Yeah.
Because he did give you that definitely under the radar class player. But I think as we've moved on, obviously it's just football, innit? You upgrade, don't you? You upgrade. There was a stupid stat going around actually that I think Ben who does the shirts.
Yeah.
He said, because he follows the stats, something like in all but one of the games that we played in this stupid run of 40 games, Crowsdale didn't start one of them. It only didn't start one. and we either won or drew all the rest. Something mad like that. You know, like,
There was a high percentage of games that we didn't win when Crewsden wasn't playing.
Yeah.
You put it better than me. Yeah. I butchered that. Straight in. Not been doing this podcast. What about you?
Big phrase, 100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, look at him, and every time the ball comes in the box, it just hits him on the head. And I think, as an old centre half, probably going to get praised enough that he should threaten both box plays. Honestly, I think he's phenomenal. I think that what you've got there as a centre half, could keep developing, he could keep going with him. I think you look at it across the board, he could keep going. I think this year, I like the midfielder. I look at him and I think, what I'd do for someone like that there. You just go, there you go, mate, you have that ball and go do what you want with it. I think he's really exciting.
Yeah, no, we've picked out bait.
Pretty much every game that we've watched.
When he signed Harry Waller, that used to be here, remember Harry that he moved to Chelsea. Chief scout, he's one of the scouts at Chelsea now. So he messaged me straight away going, what a signing that is. And I've not spoken to him for ages. And I literally out of the blue messaged me going, what a signing that is. I said, I cannot believe he's got him. So
it's a good point. Now, not how have we got them? I mean, Bate was at Leeds, was he? Did he have his contract out and we signed him? I mean, is that because he wasn't in favour at Leeds? How come no one else has picked him up?
We don't know if other people have tried.
So many might have been injured, like you don't know, do you? And it's again, it might be location, it could be a million factors. They might just be come to the club for wow, this is where I want to be. The way we want to play, you might not have played as much for Leeds, and if you go to then another league, higher than League One, bottom in Championship, you might not play again. Yeah. And you've had another 2 years there not playing. When you come to Stockport, you look at now, he could be the main man this year. He could play 40 odd games, and his career will hopefully progress as a club.
Yeah. Good stuff. Should we have a break there? Get a beer, get a top up, and then.
Welcome to the Scarf Bagara War, the original Stockport County podcast for fans by fans. Whether you've been supporting County for years, are exiled or are just getting started, we've got you covered. And here's what you can expect. We'll bring you 2 shows a week, starting on a Monday with our Courtyard Club call, dropping at 1 PM. Opinions while we're at the match, tactical breakdowns, player insights and more. On Wednesdays, it's our live 8 PM show on YouTube. Lively discussions, opposition previews and exclusive fan guests. We've got Patreon specials. Become a member of our Patreon subscription for £3 a month and you can unlock exclusive content. Members get access to special guest episodes, ad-free shows and monthly giveaways. Not forgetting, we've been at this since 2015 and are the original County Fans podcast. Find us on your favourite platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify and wherever else you can get your podcasts. Go to scarfbagarawar.co.uk to find out more. And subscribe now to never miss any content. Remember, it's for County fans, by County fans.
Okay, welcome back to the second half of this special podcast, Scarf Bagara War. We've got Bully and Raynes with us. Kick off things for the second bit. I'll call this, I didn't call it picking about bit, but it's just a bit of fun really. So, the first one, no, I'll say it's semi-serious. Your favourite away ground you've ever played at? Obviously can't be Italy Park.
Well, that's not away ground, is it?
Let's
come back playing against us.
Well done, buddy.
Sharp as a nail.
We played Liverpool away in the cup with Carlisle, and that was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Yeah,
full.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Tuesday night took them to Pens as well. Beat us in Pens in the Carling Cup. That was before the game. Usually get nervous, but I was just in awe, looking on, singing, I'm a United fan, with Dad, family, United fan. Yeah. And it was just this is unbelievable. And then we had another one with Newcastle away. The year they got promoted out the Championship with Scunny, and we turned up, and we were little old Scunthorpe, just survived, buzzing to be there, and they were throwing stuff as getting to the day would have won. They could have gone up, so they were trying to make it like as hostile as possible, and that was unbelievable.
Nice. Unbelievable. I'm not. Can you talk about it?
Obviously played a few. Obviously when the club were in League One, obviously Ellen Road stands out. Back to but the atmosphere was
what was it? What did we get back? Did we?
The second time we played them, like It was the second year we got battered where we had all the youngs in admin. That was the one where
Right.
we got battered.
Right.
And the all debut, Danny Rowe made his debut.
Right.
And it was literally me, you, and it was just all the young lads and Big Jabbo up front, and we got battered.
Right.
Absolutely battered. I think we drew the first. They go play for them, didn't it? Yeah. They go play for them, yeah.
Yeah. The first one was close though, wasn't it? Was it 1-0 or 2-0?
I think they had Becchio and Thingy up front, didn't they?
Yeah. I think they battered us at home, didn't they? Well, we were 2-0 up, but Mullins scored.
Yes.
Mullins.
I think you might be right.
And they come back, Becchio.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
In 40. Yeah. So Ellen Road's not.
Yeah, Ellen Road. And then obviously the other one was Southampton.
Right.
So I think Southampton's change rooms were just incredible, weren't they? It was like very similar to like the Wembley setup. So obviously their change room and probably Ellen Road's atmosphere was probably incredible.
Remember our first year for Stockport, and we played Chef Wednesday away, and they could have gone up that year. And remember, they didn't have a clue really. That's rock up. When they got there, I was like, "This is unbelievable." Chef Wednesday, that was brilliant as well. And they battered as well that day.
Maybe another 4 minutes in the camera.
Going to do a little thing called overrated, underrated now. So you just tell me if it's overrated or underrated and why, and then we'll get into a bit of a chat about it. These rips in the back of the socks.
I'll let you answer that.
The players keep on doing.
Overrated.
Do they do it at like
I actually don't know why they do it. I just don't get it.
Someone said to I think it was on Twitter saying it's to do with circulation, but
Tam
surely
told us it was about circulation.
yeah, but surely it's like you say, you just buy bigger socks.
When we were playing, if we ever chopped our socks at the back, Richard Landers would literally put us in the bench. We would get putting them in, and we'd never get our kit wash again. That'll be it.
Do you get it in the academy though? Yeah, the back of the socks.
No, not allowed.
They're not allowed.
No,
Oh, okay,
not allowed, no.
that's good.
Do they cut the bottoms off and still have the sports socks on, and then just tape the socks, or do they have to have the full
They've
sock?
got to buy their own. They're not allowed to cut. They get a big fine if they cut the socks.
Right.
So football education players, if they cut their socks, the manager gets fined.
Right.
Yeah, so each manager's responsible for that. If any of your players chop their socks, you'll have them coffees.
I can see, like, mentioning no names, somebody that I know who's in the football education, he'd probably just go, well, I'm not paying for it, the manager is. How would that work?
Yeah, that's again, this is 16 to 18 year old.
So can the manager not put some fines in himself?
You don't laugh. You don't laugh.
Can't.
No, you're not allowed.
Wow.
Not allowed.
You can't even find them a bag of sweets anymore.
That is
We used to say, right, bag of anymore.
Lose
Yeah.
a team back out.
Yeah.
Put it on my desk in the morning. I don't do it anymore.
What?
So there's no forfeit for like losing. It's more like self-pride now, and obviously wanting to win. But there's just no punishment. You can't even run them because they've got all this GPS stuff on now. You can't run
Oh,
them.
right, yeah.
They go over the load, and I get it in there. Like the session gets cut by about 10 minutes because they've done the load already. I'm like, really? Well, I always say there needs to be a punishment. You just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Again, it's that percentage, isn't it? You're trying to manage them so they don't get injured. And
Yeah.
it's the science is there for them, but for like for us old schools.
I'll tell you one. We did a 5-a-side the other day, and the standard was that bad. All 3 teams had to run, and we got the keepers to run as well because obviously they were involved in it. But the next one, the goalkeeper goes and goes, "Why are they running?" And we're like, well, "They're involved in this. What about they get injured? What about the other lads get injured?" So I mean, it's just like there's got to be a happy medium somewhere, and it's just you just can't do it anymore now. And they're all trying to stop these negative things, and it's we go back to it like when we used to get hammered and beasted, and used to get thrown in the sandpit and all sorts. And
With the boot room brawl, didn't you? What you mean, all the boot rooms used to be up on a farm, and I'd say Tubi's had a bit on the pitch. No matter what, just throw you in the boot room, shut the door, turn the light off, and just boots. You did everything you read. But you look back, it was class. You loved it. You absolutely loved it. You come out covered in cloud like that.
So, right, I know we're doing underrated, overrated, but let's continue this bit just for a second. There must be some sort of like punishment, forfeit. I mean, kids in school have detention still. I'm guessing. There's not anything like that, you know?
I think the only thing we can do is, say they haven't got education in the afternoon, they finish by 2 o'clock. You say by your here till 4 o'clock.
Right.
Alright,
Yeah.
But then they're just sat around doing nothing. Because at the minute, well not at the minute, what we've started doing is taking the phones off them. Just basically so that you communicate with each other and speak to each other instead of sitting there on the phones in the change room and stuff like that. So if you punish them for say 2 hours, what are you going to do? You can't take on the gym because then the first team in the gym. You can't go and lip pick. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's no real way of doing anything. It's frustrating.
It is. You could, right? Let's get creative. You could set them up with a laptop with Football Manager on it and say, you've got to go in the Welsh Premier and manage your team, and I want you to sit there and do it. Or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, that's
not the in the Welsh Premier, that's punishment, surely.
You sit and play the football game. It's not punishment. You got to sit there and play Barbie on the PlayStation.
Watch the 4-minute video of me.
You got to watch Raynes in 4 minutes.
Overrated, underrated, international football, not the breaks, just we've just come off from a Euros after lost in the final game. Yeah. Underrated or overrated?
I hate international breaks. I know, well, as a player, I was desperate for one, but when you're on a Saturday now and you got to watch the game and stuff and there's nothing on, it's because it's in that. I don't see it drives me mad. Even the last tournament, I just didn't get the book for it at all. I don't know why. I didn't get the book for it at all. You'd think I just don't know where England played, but I didn't get into it at all.
I just found that the tournament was quite boring.
Yeah.
Nothing other than probably Spain, who actually play a bit of football and excite you. I don't think anyone stood out.
It seemed like Georgia, man. Is it Georgia that played? That was just like
and
just tattered.
This
is what you want to watch. Everything else is a little bit mundane, a little bit side, a little bit. No one really.
They didn't want to lose.
They didn't want to lose. Chest scratch. No worries.
Do you think some of that is because when? No, because the tournaments were in the summer. When actually international breaks when you were playing, weren't you?
Yeah.
You know, there was no break from the footy, but so even during the summer when you were growing up, you didn't like the football, so you didn't like the Euro.
When I was younger, I just think the last one, like you said, I think it's a bit boring.
Overrated then.
Might be different if they won. Still be pissed off.
Goal music, underrated or overrated? Do you have goal music at Stockport Town? No.
Speak.
No. Underrated or overrated?
Overrated.
Right.
Overrated for me, yeah.
100%. You're coming out with all the right answers here.
Overrated.
Which is not
No. The thing, you shouldn't be able to wear it. Goals going in, you shouldn't be able to wear it anyway.
I'm surprised when we go away how many do have it.
Yeah.
Really surprised. Yeah. We try to create our own, don't we? As you know. I might think of more of this, but elaborate goal celebrations by academy or football education players. You know where I don't know where they do all this.
No, I think it's the best one is where they go like. And like, got the grandma and granddad
still
alive.
They run for the corner and do something in the corner. Like, no one's there. They run to the stand. Like people are watching. They run to the corner, giving it all this. It's brilliant though because we play every year. We do like a little bit of a tournament at Edgeley Park when the season finishes. And if someone scores in that end, they'll leg it up to the cheetah and slide forward. No one did it. It's honestly brilliant.
You don't see that many celebrations.
The kids
Every football. We had one in Cardiff, and we've got this friend like who doesn't speak a word of English. He's a top kid, but we've actually got an under 16 who trains up with us. He can speak French.
Oh wow!
So it works quite well, and it's actually Richard Dunn's kid. Tayo is called top kid, top footballer, and obviously when we're communicating with him, we get Tayo, come here. And we say something to Tayo translates it. It's really good. But in Cardiff, this lad, his friends did this celebration with his other lad, and it was just like all this hand stuff. Anyway, we didn't find him, but he had to sing. That's the only punishment we could do. So the next morning, round at breakfast, you had to stand up with us above and sing us. Like, you had to sing for like 2 minutes.
What did he sing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was Little Mix. Some Little Mix.
That French classic.
So Richard Dunn's lad can speak French, but isn't French.
Yeah.
And we've got a lad who's French in the academy. And there's come from, well, stupid question, has come from France.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's pretty good, isn't it? That we've got international.
He's at top football as well, striker. Yeah, he's got a good chance.
Right. Cool. Any more overrated, underrated that you think of? No.
Pressure.
I just said the right.
No. Okay.
No, I can't think of any.
Right. Get In't Rezzers then. Getting towards the end now. Get In't Rezzers. One thing about either Stockport Town level, academy, football education level that you want to throw, as we've established earlier before we went on there, I think, into the reservoirs behind Edgeley Park, the Rezzers.
First one say filming in the gym, film themselves in the gym, driving insane.
Oh, did they do
So
that?
set stuff up and then you do your workout, get out there. Set someone with a tripod and everything. It's like, better than that. It's got better than that. To do some bicep curls with a 5 on each side. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just get your work. That's my big one. I've had that this week. It's, yeah, that's my big.
Is that just for putting on social media, or is
It
that
must
to
be.
try and look at like
It
the
must
techniques
be.
and shit
I
like
know,
that? You know what I mean?
They don't watch the games we give them back. They do themselves. But yeah, that honestly, that for me, that's the big one this week.
Yeah.
At town level, like the music's blaring in the changing room and someone sat in the corner with their headphones on.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? It's one person who does it.
Right.
And he gets hammered for it, but he does it week in, week out.
Are they going to watch this? Probably not.
Probably not.
Not many people do.
It drives me mad. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, there's some music going on, and what if you don't like the music, you're just playing the bullet for half an hour, aren't you?
Yeah.
But he's sat there with his headphones on in the corner.
Phones is one as well, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Like you can get them on and change them. I remember like when we were 18, and it was the best time of my life. That bit before training, the bit after training, some of the stuff you got up to there. It was cool. I remember we used to do on the blind man's butt from like the big black bins. You used to put it on someone's head, and everyone else would try and hide the changing room, just try to grab you. But as they got it, people were drop kicking his thing, flying off. I remember it clear as day. But now you put me in the changing room and just sit there like that. And remember after trainings, it was like a little bit of like a little square. It was like this, and with mud all over the floor. And someone would bring an apple in, and you have to like bat it across like that. And if it dropped on the floor, you have to take a bite out of it.
Right.
But obviously, the more it got bit, the soggier it. But you look like that. But now just sit there like that all day and speak to each other. It's a different world.
Do the away matches, do they wear their headphones and get off the bus and all that kind of malarkey as well, because they see it on telly? Yeah. That, have you been watching the All or Nothing series? The documentaries?
Yeah.
I noticed Kevin De Bruyne. He's one of them, and he just sits there like that playing, I don't know.
I think he chills him out before the game. Because Kevin De Bruyne might work for my FE. We've been doing it wrong, boys.
Yeah, well, we've come to the end. I think the final thing then is predictions for this county this season. What are you thinking? The team we've got. Well, firstly, what do you think of the recruitment? Has it impressed you? Not impressed you? Or
I think the thing is this year he's gone very young. You've probably seen the players what left the building. Like the group, what he's brought in are young but very, very talented. I have conversations with Ben Hinchcliffe, Fraser daily now, because obviously we're over there and the ability in here is frightening, but no one speaks.
right.
Type of thing. So it's just like obviously Ben being a leader and what Ben is, he's trying to get that instilled into the lads. And I think they've got Fraser, they've got Woods, obviously they've got Campsey, Nick Powell. They're probably the only 4 or 5, and the rest of it is very, very young. So it's just like the core is frightening, but then obviously you've got Lewis Bates and all the others around it. And it's, for me personally, I think when people say will this be safe, 100%, no question about it. I think if you're going to say win it, I'm not sure. But I think if you're going to say playoffs, in and around the playoffs, then I think that'll be a hell of a season.
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting. I think you look at it, it's a totally different thing to what they've done in the past. And I look at it, I think if that clicks, it's going to be tough to stop that. Yeah. And I think Birmingham have gone heavy.
Yeah.
And I think, but they've gone heavy, and with that comes a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And a lot. And how many times you see clubs that do that method and it doesn't work out? That expectation of all them big players and big money, and if they don't go up, you know they're screwed. And I think Stockport have been really shrewd, and I look at it. I think you look at probably this, and you're excited to see what this can do. In previous years, you know we've had players that are going to smash this league, and you know. But this, you look at it and think these lot could smash the one above if it all clicks into place, and they could take that journey all the way through. I think for me, you look at it with Bully said, the good characters that you've got in there that make up that core, the good ones that have seen where it's been, where it needs to get to. With these new ones, I'm really excited. I think it could be the one team that caused a few upsets this year and is there or thereabouts.
Do you think with the players that you just mentioned, do you think that core will develop them? Do you think that we will miss like the likes of like Madden and SARS because they were them type of players?
I think you touched on it before. Football moves on.
Yeah, of course.
New people become the big characters, and one thing you probably realise as a player, didn't you? A club quickly moves on from you. Where you could be at a club and you think they're going to miss me here. I did everything. Next week they got another one, and they've done better. They've got promoted. Yeah, they've been promoted. I think it's really, really important though to have your bends in there. That this is the Stockport County standard, especially for young lads that are coming in, and it's keeping that level and keeping that not too high, not too low, just trying to be there. And for young players especially, it's so hard to keep that gauge and keep it steady ship.
Yeah, I always speak to Ashton and Cody. They actually love Ben to bits. He's the one that always puts the arm around the shoulder. And everyone knows what Ben's like. He's a good character, and his standards are frightening. Like the really top of the table. So I think obviously if you look at it, they've got 3 years to do it. Obviously with that 7-year plan, what Mark's put together. So I think in 3 years' time, there'll be no question they'll be in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben,
what do you think? Put it back on you. I'll ask you a question.
We asked the question. I'm hoping for top half finish.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I want Ben to be in the net. I want Ben to start. Just about what I was going to say was, he's got a job for life for Ben. You know, he could be goalkeeping coach next, then club ambassador, club president. You know, he can stay. And I think it's really important that we get lads like you who've played for the club come through the academy. Okay, Ben's not done that, but there are others there that will do that as we progress now, and just keeping that flow of people who know the club, who get the club, not necessarily local, but just lads like yourself really, who are just top notch. And I put Ben in that bracket, yeah. But yeah, top half for me. I'll be delighted with 12 or above.
I'd say at the end of last season, I'd have been very happy with finished 10th to 12th. Yeah. Sort of mid-table-ish just to build the next season. But the more and more players that we've signed and the exciting players that we have signed, when you start looking at your Bates, Diamonds and people like that, it's like there's a next. So for me, I'm listening to Charlie as well. And he's not going to sit and be happy with 10 to 12. No, just no way. So for me, I think we're pushing for playoffs now. I think we're up to that bracket. Just keep, as Johnny say, as long as we don't have an injury hit season like last year. That was just unbelievable. But yeah, expectation with every player that we've signed has just grown that little bit for me. So yeah, playoffs. Yeah, just a special word for Jack Diamond as well. We watched him in the friendlies. He looks like a player, an absolute player. I said on the podcast on Monday, he's probably going to use this as a stepping stone. He looks too good for us already. I think he's already got a few friendlies, and you can see it. He's just getting better and better each time. Played well with Torre as well. I think them two have been really good together. Well, that's it. Torre was good when Barry was on the left with him. I think he lost his way a bit when Barry went out. Now he's got Diamond on the left.
Nice. It's nice. It's so exciting. So exciting. would have beat around for that well this time last year, wouldn't you? That's what you say it would have been.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed.
I think you look at obviously the players who haven't even played yet.
Yeah.
You look at Tanto.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Last year was incredible.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
kicked the ball yet.
Yeah.
And Paul, at this level, he's a master at this level.
That's what I'm saying. He
You
looked
look
good in
at
League Two,
him,
and I
yeah,
think
you look at
League
him,
One
and,
is-
you look at him as what he's got, and I've been obviously in all summer, and it's been the sort of off season, and he's been coming and doing sessions at Woodley for us.
Right.
He's been ringing me up to use the pitches, him and Big Kyle, and a few of the other lads have come in and been doing a bit of ticking up in the summer. So you look at him and think he could kick on again this year.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Professionalism
Yeah,
there. Just
100%. He's been
the
4,
same.
5, 6 of them coming in like every other day, just doing a bit of work on the pitch and stuff like that while they're empty. So you're looking at him, like you're saying, that an older pro like that that's had the career he's had, that's still putting in the ground to hit the ground running in League One. It's brilliant.
I tell you what did excite me at the end of last season when we won the league and Nick Powell came on and did his interview. And he was almost like, yeah, well, it's League Two.
Yeah, this is.
We want to go further than that.
Yeah.
I was just like, that is so good.
Yeah.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
Good with that.
Yeah. You know, some of the games that we've seen in last season, well, I'll pull out Wrexham away on the last day. I know we got beat 2-1, but we took Barry and Powell off at half time, I think. In the first half, they couldn't lay a glove on both of them. Powell was nutmegging their left back to play a ball in down the line and stuff. Just like, oh my god, this is insane. Good stuff, right? I think. Well, cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Really good. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Thanks for everybody for watching. Please do like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we will see you very, very soon. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Sorted. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Appreciate it. No,
Cheers.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Can we get some pictures before you go?
You can, yeah.